Now, hi everyone. So we're officially recording the weekly mishmash, and the weekly mishmash is my little show. My name is Vanessa. I am at Pet Love Biz, and you may see that, you may not on the video, but regardless, I'm Pet Love Biz here. Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, you name the platform. I'm probably Pet Love Biz on it. Alrighty. So what does the weekly mishmash talk about? A mishmash of topics and a mishmash of people that join in to talk about these topics. We always start with an opening topic, which is currently, what's your number one way to overcome procrastination? And my gosh, have we been on theme with this, because I procrastinated for a good half an hour before I actually hit record. So I'm just going to go over a bit of homework for those who are not familiar with Blab and how you can get involved with Blab and, of course, be part of the weekly mishmash. Well, one, mishmash.com. That's pretty much the URL to use to find where the next weekly mishmash is being hosted, time, date, and everything. What happens is mishmash.com, mashmash.com. And I'll type in the chat. There's a chat. You will not see the chat. Oh, that's okay, Dee. We've got Dimitri. We have, of course, we've got a couple of viewers. I'll give them a shout out. We have Dee, I call her. So I'm Aussie. That's just the way things are. We shorten everything. Okay, so Dimitri is D. And we've got another viewer, Randy, and we might call him R. I don't know. So if you want to join in, you can. It's meant to be a lot of fun and not to be taken too seriously, this topic, but at the same time, hopefully we'll learn something from each other or whatever it is. Oh, and we have a new Blab user here, FS Spirit. So you are an egg. Oh, no. Blab tip number one before we get started in this is to have a profile picture on your Blab. You do need Twitter to sign into Blab. So when you go to Blab, sign in with your Twitter account. And then from there, you'll need to change your Blab profile to reflect your name and, of course, a profile picture. This just helps hosts like myself to, of course, invite you in and know who the hell we're talking to. So that's a bit of Blab 101. The other Blab 101 is if you use this via your laptop, highly recommend doing this. Or earbuds, if you have some earbuds with the talkie, as I call it, the mic involved in it, then use that. Just helps. Or if you have like some sort of podcast sent up, then you don't need the earbuds or anything. That just helps. You've got the uber good setup. But Google Chrome is the web browser to use. Google Chrome. Believe me, I have personally tried it on Safari. Doesn't work. Google Chrome is the strongest, bestest web browser to use. Blab IM by your laptop. Now, those who are on a phone, Android users, you're going to hate me. Don't hate me. Take it up with Blab. You have to actually use Google Chrome and access Blab on your phone via Google Chrome. iOS users, that's iPhone and iPad users, you can actually download the Blab IM app and access Blab via your phone. But that is only for iOS users only. Android users, you have to use Google Chrome, the web browser, on your actual phone. Now, we've done all the housekeeping and everything. You know how to join us, know what it's about. Let's get started, hey? So what happens with Blab is I have 3 seats open. It is what's called an open seat format for mine. That means anyone can join in the conversation. I know some people might be going, but to be honest, everyone's good here. Blab people are awesome people. So anyone can join in, okay, and take that seat. Otherwise, you can do as my viewers are doing and just sit back and listen to the dulcet tones of my voice. But regardless, you can join in anytime. All right, what's your number one way to overcome procrastination? Okay, I'll get that out again. What's your number one way to overcome procrastination? Wow, I am so not the person to talk about this because I procrastinated for a half an hour before I started recording this. So yeah, I don't know. What is my number one way to overcome procrastination? To be honest, it's just to make a decision. My number one way is to make a decision. But other people have, of course, I've asked this question on Twitter, I've asked this question on Facebook, and I've asked this question on my Snapchat. And a lot of people have come back with me various ways to overcome this. And some of these may work for you. Some of them you might go, I'm not going anywhere near that. Nah, tried it, really doesn't work for me. All right, the first one that Intuitive, I'll give him a shout out, he gave to me is to allow yourself to procrastinate. Yeah, seriously. Sometimes the procrastination might be coming to, might be for a really legit reason. So you might need to have that time out and procrastinate, okay? So, hey guys, welcome. My name's Vanessa. So intro yourself. Say hi. Say hello to everyone.
Can you hear it? This is the first time we're using this mic. You can hear me okay?
Yep, totally hearing you okay. So introduce yourself so everyone else out there knows who you are.
I'm Randy.
I'm Irene.
And we are scooping your blab so that we know how to run our own.
Go for it. Actually, I will give you a heads up. There's someone to get in touch with if you actually are curious how to do Blab, how to monetize Blab and all that sort of stuff. His name is Joel. Hang on. I am about to, hang on. Here we go. I'll show you a bit of what he has given me. So this has been insight. I have a structure. He gave me this because he's actually knows Blab very inside out. So if you want to get in touch with him, just get in touch with me on Twitter at PetLoveBiz, and I'll put you in contact with Leon. That's his name, Leon, and he'll happily have a chat with you so you can learn how to use Blab and monetize Blab. And he's super awesome, generous guy, and you'll love him. He's got wicked sense of humor, sort of thing. And he is, of course, on Blab here. So, and yeah. So just hit me up on Twitter after this if you want and all that. So otherwise, do you guys have any input in regards to your number one way to overcome procrastination?
I write everything down in my head. I put it all on paper, and then I prioritize it, 1, 2, 3. And the ones, I schedule them in half-hour blocks. And then I forget about everything I'm supposed to do, and I go from one to the other. By the end of the day, I have those done. That's how I do it.
That's actually, as I mentioned before, I asked this question all over my little social media space. And that's actually one of the ways someone else mentioned they do it too, is whatever's in their head, they say, write it down and then prioritize it, like you said. And with you, what I'll ask you, because I asked the same question to this person, when it comes to prioritizing, do you do I know you only give it half an hour to do each task, but do you do the bigger task first or the smaller, easier task first? Yeah. Awesome. Oh, sorry. Hang on. It just dropped. Can everyone hear them at the moment? Because for me, it just dropped out. It just dropped out just then. Yes, I know. Try again. Try. Is there a button you can push? No, it just dropped out. We were hearing you fine, and then it's like, boop, yeah, you became mute. Sorry about the captions. It's a case of anyone else watching. It's a case of let's see. Dee, can you hear them? Randy, can you hear them? No, Randy says, oh, other viewers say no, they can't hear you. What I'll do is kick you out and you can come back in. Don't worry, I'm not kicking you out from bad. It's just sometimes it's Blab, not you. Seriously, sometimes Blab, not you, and sometimes it's just a case of kicking out to come back in, sort of thing. So, all right. So we'll get them to come back in if they would like to come back in, of course. That's all, totally up to them. Oh, did it too. Well, there you go, everyone. Blab.im is not perfect. Sometimes the tech does work for us. Sometimes the tech doesn't work for us. And this is the joy of technology. Okay, so we'll just welcome to rejoin, click, join. There we go. That's all you have to do. Sometimes, yes, I'll have to kick you out, and you're quite welcome to just rejoin in and just rejoin in. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it does, it does it. Just keep going. But regardless, hopefully she can come back in because I was really interested to hear her answer. She started and then it just dropped out, and I was like, damn, I wanted to hear the rest of her answer. Because the person I was talking about previously, they said they actually do the easier tasks first. The way they prioritize is they do the easier tasks first, which I found interesting because there's people out there, of course, that say do the hard tasks first. All right, I'll let her talk now. Try again.
Can you hear me now?
Yay! All right, so you have to re-say your answer. You have to re-say your answer again now because we started hearing it and then it dropped out, sort of thing. So do you put the harder tasks first or do you put the easier tasks first?
Usually I'll put a hard task and I'll give it more time. And then I'll stick in something I really want to do. Yeah, you can. I realize why we had trouble before is I was moving my hands very quickly and it froze the screen and froze the audio. So she's holding my hands.
Very sensitive. Well, it hate me.
Yeah, exactly. Italian. That's a problem.
To me, it's Greek. It's got Greek. I've got Macedonian Greek blood in me. Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's what I do. I schedule out the things. If they're ones, that means that I really have to get them done. But I will break it up. And I'll do something fun in between. Sometimes I play a game of backgammon on Facebook, or, if I have to run an errand that I really like to do, then I'll do that, and then I'll come back. And the main help for me in this system is to completely forget about everything. I stop thinking totally about what I have to do, but just follow the schedule piece by piece. And then at the end of the day, it's done.
Actually, I totally agree with that. I do a similar sort of thing. It's just a case of making decisions. Because for me, the not making the decision is where I procrastinate, which was what happened with me as I was explaining with this blab, is I actually procrastinated before I hit record to actually do this. I was just having a yarn with someone on it, and then and as the case, I went, now you know what? I need to make that decision to do it. So for me, it's not even just getting it out of my head. It's just to make the decision to do it. And then from there, I look at me personally, how I operate, and I operate best during the first half of the day, because here right now it's like 11 a.m. So it's Gold Coast, Queensland, Australia, for those who are not aware. And because of that, I operate better on that half, or else actually before like 2 o'clock, try and do it all before then, because I'm just in this, not so much a habit, it's just the way my body clock or whatever works. I call it cyclical because it works in a cycle always for me. And the cycle is mornings up to about 2, and it's not just to do with blood sugar. I eat well throughout the day and everything. So it's just about there. I just start to do that, just kind of start to lose a little focus. And then the more closer to like sunset it gets, and around 5 o'clock, I definitely am out. I'm not gonna, unless I have to make a really use willpower and make a real decision to do something, or if I'm really motivated, I can do it. But outside of that, usually 5 o'clock onwards, I usually leave it and go, you know what? can I put that off till tomorrow? Because pure fact, I know it's not my strong point after 5 o'clock. Because I usually got to feed my cat and walk my dog and then feed myself. And by the time I've done all that and it relaxed a little bit, it's a case of it's now 7, 6 or 7. And it's just like, I'm about to go to bed about 8, 9, 10, So, yeah. So because my cycle works like that, I kind of stick to that. So, and like you, I try and write what's in my head out. I've got a little diary, and I try and give myself max 3 tasks per day. Now, those 3 tasks can be big tasks or small tasks. And I only give myself 3 a day, so 1, I don't feel overwhelmed. And 2, if I don't get all of them done, some of them can be put off till tomorrow, but at least I can see I'm progressing. For me, it's the celebrating of the progression. I can see I've progressed. Sort of thing.
I don't know if anybody else finds this, but I think that high energy people have a tendency to work really well in the morning, and they put a lot of energy into everything they're doing, and then the energy kind of dissipates. I find that my friends who are very much like you, same thing.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Well, that's actually a really good revelation, because I think I do regard myself as, I don't regard myself as high energy, but I come across like that. I come across as a little pocket rocket. A lot of people describe me as that. And because I work around animals and dogs and stuff, the people that I know who are also dog people, they kind of describe me as me going off to get the ball before the ball's even thrown. I'm like that sort of dog. It's like, oh, God. So wait, Vanessa, wait. Oi. Just, oi.
This is darling. Thank you for the conversation. This is great.
My pleasure. You can pop in and out anytime. I'll let you guys go. So, like we've been saying, hey, Kevin, we've got a new viewer. It is Kevin. Is it Kevin? Wait 1 second. Yes, it is Kevin. You're welcome to join in. I'm going to give you a follow, Kevin. Thank you for joining in. And it's an open seat format in this blab, so anyone can join in and pop out, and, of course, give their, in Australian, 5 cents. We don't have 2-cent coins in Australia. We have 5-cent coins.
No.
So it's to give
5 cent,
5
guys.
cents.
Where are they from? I don't, because I heard they're from America like I am.
Yeah, they're from America. I'm Australia. I'm Gold Coast, Queensland, Australia.
Oh, I don't know where are they from, because they sound like they're from New York.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I didn't ask them specifically where they're from. And we can only see your forehead right now.
No, yeah, because I have a disability and I come on blind.
Oh, there you go. Oh, there you go. Now we can see you. Yay! So, Kevin, what is your opinion on this? Like, how do you overcome procrastination?
Oh my God. This is like, you know what?
Yep.
I'm still procrastinating because, like, first things first, I'm taking college courses tomorrow, and they're gonna give me a syllabus on the map of like what's gonna happen, and I'm like, when I read that syllabus, I was like, no, I gotta read 2 chapters, and like when I saw the first chapters, like 27 pages, I was like, no way.
Oh, don't worry, I'd be like that too. But my tip would be then to cut it down. It's like they were saying before, is cut it down into smaller chunks. So maybe read 1 page, literally 1 page, and go, look, I've just done 1 page. I can keep going then. It's usually once you start, I find it's easier to keep going. And then if you find you after about 6 pages, you kind of sort of thing, then give yourself like 5 minutes break or something. Do listen to music, something that you like, and then come back. Sort of thing. As long as you just realize you've got to come back.
I know, because I was like this, I don't know, but I don't know where the other guys went. I don't know what those 2 girls do.
Oh, they've got their own blab that they're going to start up shortly, and that's why they came in, just to get an idea of what it's like as a viewer, of course, and to see what it's like as a blab viewer, sort of thing. So they were just coming in, and that's what it's about. People can come in and out, the weekly mishmash. People can come in and out, open seat format, and give their 5 cents worth. And I say 5 cents because Australia doesn't have 1 or 2 cent coins. We only have 5 cents.
Oh, wow.
That's the minimum
F
coinage
spirit
we
one.
have.
It says F
So
spirit.
we've got Zach that's joined us as well. Hello, Zach. You can also join in if you want. We've got 2 more seats available. And Gary S. Anderson is in the house as well. Anyone else? We have 2 more seats available. If you have anything to chime in about with your number one way to overcome procrastination, please take a seat, or you can type in the chat. And if you have any questions, you can, of course, type that in the chat as well. Otherwise, I'm going to keep talking because I'm totally okay with that. I can keep talking.
But here's the thing, though. Like, do you take public speaking course before this?
Yes and no. It's a case of I've done Toastmasters, but I've also done speech and drama all through high school and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I'm fine. And I'm fine with the way I talk. Some people say I talk fast, and that's okay. That's just my style. That's just the way I talk. So, and then it's the case I've got the accent. Well, that's I'm Australian, so that's the way I talk. So.
Everything pits. Oh, I have another friend of mine who loves pets. Her Twitter is Dogtown Drive, and she's also from the U.S.
Oh no, I know her. She pops up in my Periscope all the time, sort of thing. But whether she's
I saw her on Blab.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'll have to invite her over. Find her and invite her over.
She hasn't come on Blab lately. I noticed that.
That's okay. I'll invite her over. She can join in next week because this is only a weekly show. So it's once a week I do this. And otherwise, I'm on Periscope and Snapchat a lot, sort of thing. So yeah. All right. So go for it.
All right. So you say you have to go or something? Like you said something?
No. I'm just going to finish up because I've only got a certain amount of time to cover this, and then pretty much we have to blab out.
All right, Vanessa. I followed you on Twitter. I followed you on Blab. I'll see you later.
Thank you. I'll see you around. Thank you, Kevin. So there you go. Yep. Oh, totally. Zach, I would love to follow you. If you can join in live, you can come in and say hello to everyone as well. I will give you a heads up, this is recorded. This is going to go on my Facebook, and the audio will go on my SoundCloud for those who are curious. Otherwise, I will actually mention a few other ways people have mentioned to me they overcome procrastination is, yes, the good old to-do list. Yes, that is a very big popular way. But also, like I've been saying, it's just to make that decision. Just do it. It's pretty much the good old Nike slogan, just do it. Yeah. All right, totally okay. I'll wait for you, Zach. I'll wait for you. Otherwise, we can always continue this conversation. Like I said, on Facebook, you can find me under Vanessa Tribe Connector on Facebook, or Pet Love Biz is my handle. I'm on Snapchat, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Periscope as the handle, as well as Instagram. So, all right, guys, I'm going to quickly do this. You're going to be part of a Snapchat right now, alrighty? And just to say hi to everyone. Wait for it. There you go. And we're snapping. There you go. And so, yep, we're going to close out very shortly on this and reiterate what everyone's been speaking about procrastination. And in my opinion, there's a couple other questions to think of. When you come to procrastinating. This is the thing. This is why I mentioned the way I work and my cyclical. It's called cyclical, where I work in cycles as such. And for me, I've gotten to know me, my body, myself as such. That's a big way for you to overcome procrastination. Is get in touch with your body, yourself, and see how you operate. Do you operate best overnight? I have people in my life that they're great in the morning, not so great at midday, and then they have like a second wind, if you know what I mean. Like they'll operate all right up till, like I said, 2 or 3 o'clock, and then they get like a second wind around like 6 or 7, and they can stay up till late. That's okay too. If that's the way you work best, then that's okay. If you're actually a night owl and you work best after the sun is set, then you need to work with that. Work with yourself. Work with what works for you. At the same time, you can train yourself. There is depending who you talk to, depending what you want and who you listen to, some people say train yourself and, get up in the morning and get up early, and they're getting up early is their best time to do stuff because, they've got kids, they've got commitments and all this sort of stuff. And the morning, just early morning seems to be the best time for them to do stuff. So they do. Other people do it after they've done gym or something like this because they're feeling pumped up after the gym. So, all right, I'm not procrastinating anymore because they're feeling, got some movement and momentum from the gym. And so then they're off and on their way. So how you work, look at your cycles, and you can see if you're cyclical like me. That is the word, cyclical. And the question to ask yourself is, what specific times do you feel is the most times you procrastinate? Is it mornings, afternoons, evenings? What specific times do you feel the most procrastination? And is this actually linked to fear and self-doubt? That's the actually other question. Is your procrastination linked to fear and self-doubt? It cannot be, actually. It can be linked to the fact that you just need some mental time out. Like I said before, one of the huge tips a friend, Intuitive, mentioned is just to procrastinate, because sometimes we need that time out. We can't be hustle all the time. It's just not. For some people, yeah, they can, but our adrenal glands and everything, there's a thing called adrenal fatigue, and it's very, very real, okay? Then watch it, okay? Give yourself that time out. It might be actually your body and your way saying, have half a day off, have 3 hours off, have an hour off, have that time out. It's okay. Procrastinate for the hour. Sit around with your dog or cat if you're like me and you've got animals, procrastinate with them. Do as previous hosts, previous people have mentioned, is do something fun, online backgammon, some sort of online game or anything. So yeah, it's totally up to you. You can actually allow yourself to procrastinate. All right, welcome Zach. Alrighty, here he is. Welcome Zach. Intro yourself. I'm doing great. So I'll let you intro yourself so then our people on the video can know who you are and on the audio as well when I upload it to SoundCloud.
I am a DJ at WMUH, which is located in Allentown, Pennsylvania. I have my own radio show that I recently launched back in November of last year called The Zach Hoffman Show. And I'm ever since I launched it, I have heard nothing but great reviews about my show. And a good friend of mine always tells me, like, he's been hearing great reviews about your show, and I love doing what I do. It's all about keeping the music you love going. It's all about keeping the music going.
Totally agree with you. And music is actually a really good way to beat procrastination for a lot of people, because they can use the beats as a way to get them motivated and moving and keep them moving as such. I find that for me, if I have certain music on, helps me stress less and get certain tasks done, whereas other certain types of music, it's just like, no, I'm going to chill out to this. It doesn't really motivate me. So I'm totally hearing you. I love using music for this. What's your number one tip to overcome procrastination?
Just try and stay relaxed, put on your favorite music, and just have fun. Enjoy listening to what you're listening to. I have a lot of stuff I downloaded and bought on iTunes over the summer, and I still have not yet listened to it, because you can literally say I've been going on blab for 10 hours straight, and I always say I should listen to it. I am on here too much. I always say I'm gonna do something else, but I'm always on here, and it's coming to the point where I literally have to literally I always tell people, you're gonna have to come and confiscate my computer, and that way I don't go on blab tonight. I mean, no, because I was on last night till about 3 o'clock in the morning, but I did not end up falling asleep till after 4. And I'm I always say I'm not going to go on blab tonight, but it's becoming so addictive.
Okay. Oh, don't worry. There is a Blabaholics Anonymous as such. And I've forgotten who hosts it, but it's okay. So there is a Blab for people who are addicted to Blab. And she started it up, the lady that totally can't remember right now, she started it up because there was heaps of people. You're not the only one. There's heaps of people that, you just start, and there's so much interesting people and stuff on here, and just keep going and going and going. And what doesn't help, here's the downside of Blab is, you guys are in the US, then you got people like myself and other people in Australia using Blab. And because we're up and all vibrant and it's morning and it's daytime for us, you guys can keep going through the night. And then once you finish the night, you can keep going through the day because all the US people are up now. So, it is a pretty 24/7 platform in that way. So you've got a lot of people you can check out and tune into and everything like that. But I love your tip about relax. It's just not stressing about it, because people can create these lists sometimes and these like to-do lists, and they just look at them and they're getting stressed out. I haven't done it. Like the other dude before, he was procrastinating about the college stuff. And it's a case of, you could stress yourself out about that. Like, I really should do this. I really. But nah, chill. You'll get it done when you get done. You will eventually make that decision just to do it. And when you do, you'll do it, sort of thing. And if you don't, then feel free to, take responsibility for that. But at the same time, that's okay too. That's up to you what you do in the end. What works for me is what works for me. I can't tell people to what they can do, because we're all individuals, and what works for me works for me. What works for you works for you. Some people may not even want to touch music. Music might be a total distraction for them as such, and they want that quiet and stillness, and that's what works for them. Just to have what's called the blinkers on and just to do whatever they need to do. Whereas other people like yourself and me, I love having music on the background. It makes me feel more productive, and it makes me all happy and just, more at ease with what I'm doing and everything. It makes it more fun. So, yeah, I'm totally hearing you on that. So, and the other question that I have is, are there any specific times of day you feel you're more productive than the other times of day, or is it a case of just depends?
I'm like always multitasking. Like, I'm multitasking right now. I'm talking with you. I'm like trying to do other things, but
I totally hear you. And also, what else? And I've got another question is, what do you do? Okay, when you really, do you ever feel you hit like a time where you're just really procrastinating a little bit too much, sort of thing? What do you do to help you like get back in the game as such, like to really turn that around, where it's a case of, procrastinate, but I'm going to now, is it a case of just making the decision? Like, what's the process? Do you have a process or anything, or is it just something more simple and easy?
just try and relax, do what you love to do, and, keep life open. Because, like, I'm always, like, doing stuff every day. Either, like, I'm up at the radio station putting stuff together or, like, doing other things. I'm always, like, constantly on the go. I always like to try and keep.
So how do you also relax? So what do you do to give yourself that relaxation time? Or it's a case of the work is like more enjoyable, so you don't see it as work per se?
I guess you could say go on Blab for 10 hours and talk with your friends.
And for those who aren't familiar with Blab, there's Periscope and Snapchat to also take your time away. So
I also do Periscope and Snapchat as well.
Oh, cool.
And Instagram as well, and Facebook.
Are you the same username on Snapchat as here, or is it a different one?
Yes. All
right. And for those who are listening on the audio, can you spell out your username so then the people on the audio can write it down?
ZACHHOFFMAN 610.
There you go, everyone. So if you want to give him a snap on Snapchat, feel free, because I'm on there, Pet Love Biz, and I just did a snap before, of course, just quickly of a photo to show people, yep, we are live. I am actually doing this. Wasn't just talking about it. Don't just talk good talk. So, all right, everyone, we've talked a lot here, and I have too. I can really talk an ear off whatever it is you want me to talk the ear off of. Really can. And
you can also connect with me on Facebook and Twitter as well.
Oh, the same username, or is it a different?
Same username on my Twitter, and you can just Google my name. Search, not Google, search my name on Facebook.
Oh, cool. What's the name they need to search for on Facebook?
Just my name, Zach Hoffman.
There you go, everyone.
But also, you're going to want to look for Allentown, Pennsylvania, because a friend of mine recently told me while trying to add me on Facebook, he said, your name's very popular. Can you give me a city and a state where you live in my shirt? Just type in Allentown, Pennsylvania, plus my name. My name should come up.
Gotcha. Yes, that's true, because I've done that where I've typed in someone's name and it's like 3 different Katies sort of thing, and I'm just like, which one's her? So yeah, I totally hear you. Always when people say find me on Facebook, always say your full name and your city. I always tell people I'm Vanessa O'Brien and I'm on Gold Coast, Queensland, Australia, or else Vanessa Tribe Connector is the Facebook page, and you'll find this actually the video on there. So watch out. So anyway, everyone, I'm closing out now. I'm going to close out the blab. So thank you for joining us, everyone that's been on the blab today. This has been talking about number 1 way to overcome procrastination, and I will see you next week. This is a weekly thing for me, though. As a blab viewer, I'm on here and off here all the time. I will pop into your blabs if you have one. Just give me a tweet, Pet Love Biz on Twitter, and give me a tweet if you're live. I might actually see the blab notification. I'll try and pop in and say hi. Otherwise, you can also catch this, like I said, Vanessa Tribe Connector on Facebook to watch the replay, or on blab, and you'll hear the audio, get the audio recording on SoundCloud. Okay, everyone, so that's me out for this week, and I'll talk to you all soon. Mwah! I love and appreciate you all. Stay awesome. Oh.